Okay.
We're
Now,
back.
something we should add to that list is don't leave this stream.
Yeah, real women never leave the Matty Bites live.
We love you, Stacy.
Guess what? What's up, guys? We're back.
We're back. Oh, hold on.
It's so funny that it was immediately after Stacey Child was
leaves,
like,
and every time they leave, our stream
"Alright,
just
Stacey
like,
Child, you're good to go now."
you can leave.
We got plugged into the wall.
Yeah, we were connected via Wi-Fi, and then our Wi-Fi like dipped. We are not plugged in.
It was not my fault this time. That was the internet.
Yeah. Basically, it's embarrassing that my 2010s-ish school did not give me any type of lesson. Anyways,
Do we want to give it a bit for people to...
on to menstruation!
And to follow the curve of the body.
I'm unclear what
The
this...
tab ends are
that's
attached
a
to a
side
narrow
profile.
elastic belt,
But...
which you can wear around your hips or waist.
Now, I feel like we lost that technology.
What?
Well, we weren't talking about doing the full-on diaper.
No, they stopped. They probably didn't do the stick. It probably just, like, sat there.
No frogs, no dinner says, oh man, my silverware drawer just broke.
No!
Stacey, come back so her silverware drawer is fine.
Fairly Fatale says evil thong. Punchy McPuncherson, the padded thong. I am the Dragon King and I will protect this
Thank you, Stacey. The correlation is too strong.
You're allowed to go to sleep. It's okay.
Okay, good night. Thank you, Stacey
Good
Child,
night, Stacey
for
Child.
protecting the stream.
Thank you, Stacey.
No gender only, Frog. I know you're not that old, but you're older than us. Did that used to be a thing?
Because I'm sure he's so
How would he know?
so knowledgeable about.
I just like. I don't think it's stuck. I just think you had to like hook it in like some type of suspender.
Oh, some girls prefer to use tampons.
Yeah.
A tampon is a cylinder of absorbent cotton inside the cardboard applicator.
Yeah.
It is inserted
What the
into the
fuck is
vagina
the
by
wardrobe?
means of the applicator.
Brooke
Dude.
too, and it's sitting on your couch.
Thank you, Bungie.
We should get you in touch with No Gender, No Frogs. You guys got a lot in common.
Inky the Demon says, OMG, hi first stream, and it's
The
the
cotton
second stream
absorbs
of
the
the
flow,
night.
and when it is full, you remove it and discard it.
Neato.
Yes, Molly?
Miss Jensen, is it true that people can tell when you're menstruating?
What?
No, it isn't. But you should be more careful than ever about personal cleanliness and dainties. Change your
I thought it was
underwear
gonna be
more
like,
often.
being discovered. If the Russians find out what you're doing,
If
they'll
they
get you.
find out you're menstruating, they'll know you're weak.
Talk about a red scare. That was dumb.
Be sure and use a deodorant. And pay more attention to your hair and your
First
nails.
stream, this was great.
plan to
I'm
wear
so
your
happy
nails.
Webtoon has educational stuff. This is my favorite Webtoon.
No, but they're like, take good care of your hair and nails while you're on your period. Is
Wait, did
that-
they say that?
They just did!
Oh, leave it, Chirps. It's okay.
Take good care of
Cold War becomes
your
hot war.
hair and nails while on your period.
I just don't understand.
Start stealing. All right, diving back in.
How long is this one? Because I don't think it was more than like.
My
the
progress
progress
bar
bar
is
is at
moving.
0, so this is a mystery length.
Your prettiest dress. In other words, be your most
well,
attractive
yeah, don't
self.
wear your.
And
I
remember,
agree with that
menstruation
one.
is
Don't
only
wear
a
your
part of
prettiest
growing up.
dress while
Skooky
you're
Cat
on
says,
period.
Micah's laugh is so infectious, but I'm not sure if it's infectious in a positive. What does that mean? Like I'm corrupting you?
It's like.
Oh.
It's like drugs. Drugs are good.
Wait.
Drugs are good when taken by a doctor, but the more
When taken by when my doctor is
Drugs are
taking
good
drugs.
by one of the 4 doctors that wrote this movie.
But then if you have too much, then it's bad. Treeborg Consumer says insane take on the Matty Bites shit.
This is far from of the craziest thing that's been said on
I
this
was just
stream.
thinking, like, like Prozac and like anxiety
Bedazzled
medication.
lasagna
That's
noodle
good.
says, remember kids, only doctors can do drugs.
Just say no,
That's-
unless you
You're
have
a
a
doctor.
PhD.
No, well, that's why they never listen to you. It's because they're too busy thinking
That's
of what drugs to prescribe
true.
themselves. I'm sorry, doctors. Only
You
a
grow,
little
your
bit.
body changes from that of a young girl to that of a woman. It's becoming round with the beginnings of a bosom and the start of a real waistline and
It's
hips.
medical.
And hair is beginning to grow in different
Like, how do
places.
you feel
Pubic
about
hair.
your laugh being like a drug? I mean, I'd be selling it if I knew that, like on the streets. I mean, I guess what is this if not selling my laugh? So I guess I've really got it worked out.
Peachy Frog says, "No, Mom, you don't get it. Maddie said drugs are
No,
good."
only if you're a doctor.
Yeah,
only
Peachy
if
Frog,
you're
are you a doctor?
Peachy Frog.
I just mean when prescribed by a medical professional and taken the way they are told to be taken. Okay? Don't get me twisted. This isn't a game of Twister, okay?
I like how you got like 4 videos or like 5 videos.
Because we
and
were
we've
worried.
got
We
it's
were
been an
worried.
hour
We could
just
do,
on
that's
Molly.
what I'm saying. We could do the period stream every Wednesday for like 5 weeks.
Well, I was just thinking, well, okay, because
We
like
start
the first
doing
3
like
were like,
menstruation Mondays.
I was just thinking that like the first 3 were like 3 to 5 minutes, and then I got a 10-minute one, and I was like, let me just go find another one. I have no idea how long this one is.
Well, because if this first one had been like a dud and it just
so
had
when
been
am
very
I going to become round? Because I got nothing up top.
Any day now.
Underarm hair.
well, are you stealing regularly?
No, that's against the Bible.
But that's how you get.
That's how you start.
That's
You
how
gotta
you
start.
start.
You gotta start taking Jonah's hats.
Well, I don't know, man. That doesn't sound very nice.
Hello Hamburger says, what is your all's favorite activity to do while on period? Now I'll say, I myself can't think of anything.
I personally don't have
I'm not
much
entirely sure why.
I don't have.
I like to
But
sleep
what I see
and
from
sit on the couch.
from the ads, it's probably gonna be riding a bike.
Or like shark wrangling.
Yeah, or
Sitting on a
yoga.
beach.
Yeah, yeah.
Steal chocolate, says Candy the puppy.
Yes, Anne.
Miss Jensen, what about dancing? Can you when you're menstruating?
Yes, you can, with moderation.
Ride a horse.
Wait, no, this ain't do swim! Get your fucking story straight!
Oh my gosh! Do bathe or shower.
Do moderately square dance.
Don't be getting too fancy.
Wait, Punchy! Do you ride horseback while you're on your period? Wait, just take a screenshot of that.
Swim.
Yeah, no, just copy paste it. Just copy paste it. It's very important. Yeah, wait, no, they literally said it'll get you sick. It wasn't just like, I remember, you can only square dance in moderation.
Do dance, do moderately square dance. Why is square dance?
To what you're saying, the fuck is a fast game?
Oh!
Like tag? Like Lightning McQueen?
What? I'm trying to think about like what the 1950s.
Picnic! Do picnic.
You know, I'm upset, Jonah. Why didn't we go picnicking on my period?
I didn't know it was a do.
Wait, it says do dance, but do moderately square dance.
You would think it would
I'm
moderately swim.
You ain't swimming in no red water. Do you
Thank
know
you, Booty
anything
Gang.
about
Yeah,
Booty
Booty Gang.
It literally
You-
stops. Stop! I know you're a boy. I always get called to work cattle when you're on your period. So yeah, it tends to happen a lot. So
Or
do
you
you
doing
gotta
that
do it
moderately?
moderately. Mama, you gotta get down, baby.
Hi, kitty.
You can't be in front of all the screens.
In fact, you can do most of the things you usually do. You can
Echo
bathe.
Nebula says the squareness of the dancing makes it dangerous.
Bathe or shower as long as you use warm water. And you can wash your...
Oh, you
Oh,
have to
it's gonna be warm water so that you don't get a chill. I am so excited to hear the rest of this explanation.
Hair, if you're sure to dry it quickly. And you can...
If you're sure,
They're so worried about catching a chill. And I mean, it makes sense because it was the 50s and
they're like,
technology.
yeah, sometimes people just like get cold and sick and die really
Which,
fast,
in
and we
fairness,
don't know
they
what to
were
do
right
about
at
it.
the time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want
Where are they getting cold and sick and dying from? Smallpox.
No, well, you're not wrong, but that's not the,
Measles.
like, tuberculosis. I mean, we're
Chickenpox.
still having tuberculosis.
Yeah. Yeah.
I learned about tuberculosis
Influenza,
from How
I don't
Dare
know.
You
Well, influenza was
/
before.
Red
What?
Dead Redemption. What?
People got sick.
Swim.
Murray says, damn my fragile feminine frailness.
Swim if you wait until after 2 or 3 days
Yeah, no, Frogs makes a
there's-
good point. Keep in mind there were no antibiotics in the 50s, so getting sick could be really bad. And that is
Yeah,
true.
yeah. Like if
There
you
weren't
got if you
when were antibiotics invented?
well, it's
Well, Molly invented them, so in a little bit.
when were anti
Like, I don't actually think this is even bad advice, especially for the time.
I just think it's silly. 1928 though.
well, so they were
You're wrong.
they were probably invented in 1928, but not common.
That's the thing. There are so many things where it's like, when was this invented? They're like, oh, well, it was invented by Aristotle in 1 ABY. And it
After
was...
the Battle of Yavin.
Yeah, I realized I didn't know when Aristotle was alive, so I went for Star Wars notation.
Your phone's at 1% pink flames. I guess we'll catch you later.
Yeah.
Wait, Pink Flames, before you go, I have to tell you something very... I really hope their phone just died.
Cut out. Yeah.
Unless they, like, just plugged it in and then I sounded really fucking dumb.
beginning of your period. And you can go to dances and picnics. But it's not a very good idea to skate, or ride horseback,
Yeah.
or play fast games like volleyball and basketball.
Damn it.
Okay, volleyball and basketball.
basketball.
So I guess we're...
Well, by fast games they mean like running games.
No, Frogs Notator says,
don't really-
penicillin became commercially available in 1945, but it was weak sauce.
Yeah, and so like it was invented in the 20s, but it wasn't available for like
Do you
people.
think boomers are so angry because all of their drugs just don't work the same because it's not cocaine?
I was gonna say, they did have cocaine at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
Which
also
doesn't
was why
heal
you
you.
would like catch a chill and die.
Do you think
Because
that's...
you'd get a cold and then they'd give you cocaine and your immune system would just shut down.
Being a boomer must be very interesting.
Yeah.
Let's
Or
go!
do strenuous dancing like square dancing, or anything that bounces you around a lot. In general, mild exercises are best. Ones that strengthen the abdominal muscles are particularly good. It's sensible to avoid strenuous exercise when you're menstruating.
Do
And
curls.
you'll be sure and tell your mother or me if everything does.
We're gonna add.
Do fucking
Sit.
sit-ups, bruh.
I'm...
Sit-ups.
Do you
Oh.
want to share a Dr. Pepper with me, Jonah?
No.
No, me opening a Dr. Pepper this late at night was a horrible idea. I've been sleeping awful, and this is why.
Doesn't seem to be just right.
I am not a role model.
Now, I'd like each of you to take one of these booklets about menstruation. And when you
booklet.
finish reading it, if you have any questions, be sure and come and see me.
I would love to get my
And
hands
remember-
on a booklet like that.
Menstruation
Nice,
is as
got a lot of
normal
questions.
and natural as eating, or breathing, or sleeping.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was actually probably rather good for the.
Soon, Molly will be a young woman like her genie.
Whoa, editing mistake there.
Yeah.
Like Jeannie.
Well, I think they went like her sister, but then changed it to Jeannie. So,
Yeah.
like her, Jeannie.
Special vibe. Men in chat, are you also taking notes? Remember, men.
Well, no, the only person actually that we can confirm is taking notes is Men.
Yeah, I'm the only one
Yeah.
taking notes.
Having
Other
dates,
people
Oh
can
my
take
gosh.
notes.
going to
Look at that
dances in
dress.
lovely romantic dresses,
Yeah.
and making new and important friends.
Girl.
There are so many wonderful things to look forward to.
Dream sequence. Nope. Okay.
Growing up. It's an exciting time.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
What does Mr. Father have for us?
Why?
Why do you have a box of tampons?
This is a good brand.
So I thought you.
You don't need them?
Well, yeah, I gathered. For the audio listeners. listeners, which is everyone, my father just came downstairs and threw a box of tampons in.
Now
It's a gift.
Now I don't have to buy tampons. Actually,
Unless they've expired.
I think tampons do have an
Wait,
expiration.
they do?
Oh.
I was shitting. I was joking.
Well, I assume the cotton breaks down after a certain amount of
No,
time.
but it's cotton. I don't think cotton goes bad.
Well, you know,
Plastic.
dry rot.
If they're dry rotting, then well. I mean, there is like a half-life.
I'm assuming they.
T-Dragon says, "I love how Mr. Father always has the perfect thing."
Here, I'll
Big
look up.
Flames says, "Mr. Father sounds like Micah. Wonder why."
Do tampons expire?
I'm joking. I swear, I'm not dumb. I mean, probably.
Yeah.
Really.
The shelf life of tampons typically ranges from 3 to 5 years, depending on the brand and storage conditions. They can expire to decomposition of materials. Fucking, I told you so. Bacterial growth and loss of absorbency.
Does it have an expiration date? Where are the ingredients?
I don't know where the expiration date
Oh,
is.
thank you, Punchy. You'll get toxic shock?
Yeah, that too. Maybe I shouldn't use
Yuck.
these.
Well,
thinking
be
about,
wary.
Yeah, thinking about when the last time a woman
Well, maybe
was
we
here.
can burn them.
Yeah.
Burn them live on stream.
Feminism. I think that was it.
This film
is
produced with the
produced.
personal courtesy of Personal Products Corporation.
Oh, so the
So this
people
was
that
an
sell ads?
Products Corporation.
This was an
This
advertisement.
was an advertisement.
We
So,
just
when
got
they were like
advertised
in
to.
class and they were like, you can get this nifty one with the straps. It was an advertisement.
All right, now on. We need to learn how to be a good housewife.
A photo and sound production. So true. There
Okay.
were photos. There were sounds. So on a scale of 1 to 10, wait, like do a new window and we can rank them like 1. No.
No,
No.
we're taking our notes, Micah.
Fine.
Okay.
Skooky Cat 29 says, wait, how is burning products that help women feminism? It beats burning women.
That's
It's
so.
a step in the
Micah,
right direction.
you are so brave for saying that live on stream.
On the Matty Bite stream, I'm gonna say it live. I will not burn a woman at the stake.
Now
Man.
that we have learned about how to be a good woman,
A good young how to
be
start
a-
the process of
How to
becoming a woman.
how to grow into a
we are
woman.
now gonna watch tips for a happy marriage.
No, Frogs No Gender says, when did we learn how to cook birds into pie?
We also have housewife school cooking terms.
Let's go!
But that one's just cooking terms, so I'm not sure.
These marriages
Bookish Quasar says, 1 tampon bird equals 1 woman saved. Big Flames Forces, thanks for not lighting women on fire.
Jimmy Patterson says very brave.
Dr. Noctua says, now that's progressive.
Oh my gosh, Kenya, webtoon writers, take note.
Oh.
Alright. This is how we're gonna do it. This is how we're
This is
gonna
tips for a happy
are
marriage.
not perfect, but all in all, they seem to work. And they work in proportion to the emotional maturity of the partners.
Doesn't really seem like
Marriage is an institution for grown-ups. Kathy is...
This 1950s film says no to child marriages, and for the time, good on them.
Marriage
Take
is
notes,
for
webtoon
adults.
authors.
Marriage is for grown-ups.
Anyone in the chat who married a child, fuck you.
Yeah, that's a stance I can get
up
behind.
to the point of accepting herself. A simple, good-natured soul who likes to love and
I
be
feel
loved.
like someone's about to get beaten.
To be sure,
Yeah.
Frank might read more than the sports page if he wanted to be a better companion for his wife and family.
Haha.
But Kathy knows what
You're
she's
an
looking
idiot.
for,
What?
and there's a good chance she'll do what it takes to get it.
I thought it was a subtle jab.
It was like, if
that,
he
like,
wants
if
to be
he-
a better husband and father,
He
he'll
should-
read more than the sports page.
Yeah, he'll learn, like, he'll read other things to teach him to be a good person.
Good
rather than
fathers
just
read
Star
the
Wars.
news.
Yeah.
Well, it's sports. That's
Big
what
things and
girls
little
like.
things.
You like
No,
sports,
Frogs No
right?
Gender says, also every 50s song was about wanting to marry a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, who is that person? There's like this.
Kyle Gordon on TikTok.
Yeah, where he's like, well, she was just 13 and I was 31. Gotta marry that girl. Marry that girl. Gotta marry that
Pudgy
13-year-old.
McPudgerson says, I can smell the domestic violence through the
I don't
screen.
know what, thank you for the super chat. Look
Look
up
up
sexist coffee commercial.
Alright.
Mike,
Oh.
why don't you pull it up on your phone?
And then say, I think I know what they're talking about. The ones where it's like,
Just so I don't have to do a bunch of
Oh,
Googling.
so
No,
I don't want
it's-
to beat my wife because she buys me
Sexist
this coffee.
vintage coffee commercial. I think I know what the. Oh.
Hot single plague doctor in your area says $10 they bring up a domestic abuse and not in the good way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Plus play.
No one expects anyone.
Ooh.
The Hartfords were going to spend a quiet evening at home.
This is what made me laugh. Wait for
Oh, of course, Jim Kieran.
it. Of course.
He did promise to...
I hate it when I'm trying to wind down for the evening.
And what do you know?
Karen
No, Kieran. Knock, knock, knock.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
sending
wait,
what I
wait.
believe is the right thing to talking in the Discord.
The dogs are about to bark.
Jim Kieran!
Yep, the dogs.
Of course.
Who else but Jim Kieran?
Where'd you send it to me, Micah?
Talking in the Matty Bites Discord.
There you go. Lay down. Lay down.
Candy the Puppy says, shout out to Jim Kieran. Yeah, I believe this is what you're talking about.
You make me feel very unwifely, McNaughton. Go barbecue.
I still say don't serve your awful coffee with my steaks.
Oh, Mrs. Olson, he's always crabbing about my coffee. I could cry. Your coffee, sir.
Thanks, beautiful.
You're welcome.
How can such a pretty wife make such bad coffee?
I heard that. Darling, it's our anniversary. Why so glow?
I think this is like
Nothing?
That was
I think this is like a super cut. I don't think this is the ad. I think this
entire
is.
Well-
ad.
It's your coffee.
Again?
Sexist
Even
60s
today?
ads.
Honey, your coffee just doesn't taste any good.
Must have been such a nice vacation. Did you ever see Larry looking so happy?
Oh, honey, happiness is a vacation.
Church
Must
just
have been
snuck up
such a
on Matty and gently licked her
I
hand.
thought you licked my hand. I did. I thought Micah just
Back up.
leaned down and licked my hand.
Hey there.
I was.
Also, just quick note. If her coffee is so fucking terrible,
Why don't you make
wake
it
up
your
and
damn
make
self?
it yourself. Oh my
Also-
gosh.
Like, you don't like my cooking, but that's just because it's not spicy enough for you.
Yeah.
It's definitely salty enough
I heard that.
for
Darling,
you.
it's our
bitch, you
anniversary.
coffee
Why so
whore.
glum?
I hate
Nothing?
coffee whores.
Well, it's your coffee.
Again?
Such a dick.
Even today?
Honey, your coffee just doesn't taste any good.
This must have been such a nice vacation. Did you ever see Larry looking so happy?
Oh, honey, happiness is a vacation. Away from your coffee.
Forget the coffee, Marge. It's never very good.
But Phil,
I'll get some at the plant.
Harold,
He works at
is the
a
coffee all right?
factory job and he can't
I mean, it's as bad as yesterday? No improvement at all? Harold, don't just shake your head. You've got to tell me what's wrong with the coffee.
Bad taste.
Attention, ladies, please. Right now, at the end of aisle 2, I've set out a brand new, can't-miss, husband-pleasing coffee.
Bad taste.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's your coffee again. The desk sergeant at the station makes better coffee than this.
Ed, really?
Sorry,
They're
honey.
so mean. I don't
But your
wanna
coffee
watch
tastes
this.
terrible.
This makes me
You're
so
not pull
sad.
up Wilkins coffee ads. You want to see some good vintage coffee ads?
That just made me so sad.
These are nice coffee ads. They
These
were made
ones
by
make
Jim
me
Henson.
giggle.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy, what do you think of Wilkins coffee? I never tasted it.
That's an ad.
Oh, thank you,
Jimmy
Puncher.
Puncherson, I like my coffee like you like your.
I like my coffee like I like my men. Ground up and in the freezer.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
You guys
Now-
better stay away from Punch.
See, that's why I drink Wilkins coffee and not
Because I'm too
coffee.
worried that if I stop, it's gonna kill me.
Like, even at the time, I have to like. That's such a better ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Because
I really one where he's going.
well,
Uh-huh.
well, no, but that one's not funny on purpose.
That's true.
Like, I'd rather drink the brand of coffee that like made me chuckle than the one that like makes
me
everyone
feel
in the house
sad.
feel like an asshole.
Well, the woman wasn't the asshole. That was just the man
Well,
in
yeah.
that
Well,
situation.
yeah.
Especially because who buys the coffee? You bought the coffee. You went down to the plant,
the women.
you made the money, and then that, I guess she may have bought it at the store, because presumably what they're saying is you're buying the wrong coffee, you need to buy our coffee.
That's...
We're gonna go back to learning about how to be a real woman.
You're so right.
Dropped a list of new Kiwanis members.
Yeah.
Come on in for a few minutes, Jim.
There's a
But sure, we're not doing a thing this evening. Kathy could easily do without the Kierans tonight. But Frank knows he may need Jim's vote when the council meets next week on that zoning proposition.
What?
So then...
This all suddenly got very political.
No, for a second I was like, oh, he's ditching out on their record listening night? But no, if he's gotta get votes, he's gotta get votes.
That suddenly got very sinister, where it was like, she doesn't want him, but he needs their power.
They come. Well, that's the end of Mozart for
Mari
tonight.
says, what is happening? Webtoon.
We are watching How to Be a Real Woman.
From the
This
50s.
is tips for a happy marriage.
We're making a list. Show them the list.
Yeah.
We're taking notes.
So, number 1 is have a daughter to retrieve your gloves. Number 2 is you have to start stealing in order to achieve your first
period.
That's when it starts.
Yes, that's...
The Matty Bites Show would like to make it very clear. Do not steal.
Don't steal.
Yeah.
Number 3 is you sit up and stand up straight, and that way your organs
So that your organs work better as a woman?
Yeah.
Golly Mossman says,
swimming-
this is the top trending webtoon right now.
Swimming on your period is gonna get you sick, so you can't do
Yeah,
that
you'll
either.
catch a chill.
But you're also allowed to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
You have
we
to-
get to that.
Yeah, you have to take good care of your hair and nails while you're on your period. And then you can swim, I guess, question mark. Then you should do some sit-ups and some curls. And then we learned that marriage is for grown-ups, not for children.
Someone says the Discord is linked in the description.
Yeah,
of
the
this
link is in the
live stream.
description.
It is.
And they say, like, what is the Discord? It's just like, it's cool.
Yeah, that's
It's
just kind of where we
Cool
we
stuff.
hang out.
There's like, here, I can pull it over.
Yeah. People put pets in there. There's like general
There's like
stuff.
art.
If you
and
have like suggestions for how to make
outfits
streams or
and-
videos better, we have that. We have like hobbies,
And-
art, the fan art.
fan art.
Look at this. So cute. And then there's like comic talk. Go to the pets one.
Thank you for the super chat. Guys, that was
wow.
my mom's joke. I don't actually believe that, and I'm doing what IDKY you thought I was married, but no, I'm bitchless. We stand.
Stampy!
Yes, and it is a public Matty Bites Discord.
Yes, it is public as long as you're not like a creep. We love ya.
Yeah.
When you hear
Wait, see if there's any other pets.
No. We don't get
Aw.
distracted with the pets
But I
channel.
Look
love
you
the
in the
pets.
eyes.
They're such nice little guys.
It's
But
tough,
I'm
but Frank usually knows what he's doing.
Frank usually
And so
knows
the
what he's
Hartfords
doing.
entertain the Kierans.
I would hate for you to
It
invite
isn't exactly what either
so
family...
late at night.
Did
I'd
they
be
just say
so
she
upset.
entertains the Karens?
The Kierans.
Oh.
Remember their name?
Oh, okay.
They're the
Oh,
Kierans.
yeah. I thought they were just being...
yes, it's George Kieran.
Yeah.
Or whatever his name
I
was.
believe Jim or Joe.
It's Jim Kieran, of course.
I don't know exactly what the ladies wanted, but it won't be such a bad evening.
That girl had like the
Across
most
town at the
disgusted
Burns,
face.
it's the old team at work. Stresses, safety factors, underpinnings.
What?
The competition only has a month to go, and the second floor drawings haven't even been started.
Zoning, guys. This is all about
Couldn't that be it?
zoning.
They lost me. We made a lot of jokes about the period one, but I never was
fully
confused.
This one's like tips for a happy marriage. You gotta get on the zoning board. We gotta get this house approved, guys.
Yeah,
I have no idea what their main goal is.
Hello Hamburger says becomes a creep. Well, shit. Can't join the Matty Bites Discord. Too bad. This is the only thing the only bad thing that'll come from this. That's very funny.
At this hour, not Molly nor Jack Hazlitt.
What is it?
Jack Hasler?
Bill Martin. Be nice to see him and Eve
It's
soon.
so well dubbed.
What's that? They want us to go to the movies tonight? Of course we can't, darling. We agreed we were going to finish these plans. Sure, but I just told him we were spending the evening at home. But Phyllis is a big girl, too. If she's going to spend her time helping Chad, she's going to see that something comes of it.
What?
She's given up her career for the marriage, but that doesn't mean she's turned into a playgirl.
Huh?
just zoning.
Give up your...
You're not typing.
Oh, dang.
Aha, your computer's dumb.
Give up your...
Becomes a creep. Man, I hate my wife's coffee. Okay.
Wait, it didn't... Gosh dang.
There you go.
Girl. And Chad has grown up enough to adjust,
says she has a beautiful voice.
to decide between two things that he wants by picking the one he wants most and letting the other go. He'd like to spend the evening with the Martins. He'd like to finish the job.
Okay.
He knows he's lucky to have a wife who knows what he wants most.
Oh. Okay.
Things are merrier if less productive over at the Hartfords.
Oh, that was a different...
There are no bosses in a modern marriage.
Yeah.
No one who is right all the time, or even most of the...
That's
There's
good. There's no bosses
There
in a modern
shouldn't
marriage.
be a boss in
Yeah.
that.
I know what they mean, but I think it's very funny to imagine, like, clocking in another day at the marriage factory.
Unless they're being like, this is the bad example. There's no boss here. Nothing's getting done. Nobody's in charge.
I
This
think
marriage
that's what
needs a
they're
boss.
implying.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
time. And no slaves. Or people who feel pushed around, even part of the time. Moderns are rather proud of being free.
Okay.
But freedom in marriage is mostly freedom to give. A wonderful freedom for those who have learned how to use it and enjoy it.
He is bounding over, like, the
I'm
tightrope.
genuinely unsure about whether or not they're saying, like, this is good or bad.
Thank you for the super
Do
chat.
they even know
what a marriage entails?
Oh my goodness.
It's not something new, this pleasure in giving. It's the stuff that families are made of.
Aw, I love
It's what
kids.
marriage is all about.
I love kids, Charlie.
It's the real difference between an adult and a child.
Aw,
A child must get in order to live and enjoy life.
Dad.
An adult has enough for himself, and so he can afford to give.
I love kids.
The child is weak and helpless, and has to receive love and food and shelter in order to feel strong and secure. A grown-up's strength and security is increased by the knowledge that he can give these things to someone else
I actually
without a
just
sense of
learned how to make that
sacrifice
quilt
or
pattern.
loss.
A
Husband and wife who have learned to give freely to each other and to their family have learned the secret of a happy marriage.
So giving to your family is.
I do think
Shamrock the Green Dragon says the child is weak and helpless.
I do think they were saying that was the healthy marriage.
I think so, yeah. Because, like, you should.
They were saying the no bosses was good.
Special Mom says a child is weak and helpless when they drink their mother's awful coffee.
Yeah.
That kind of love is not
You
new,
give kindness, you give yourself.
but not every
to
man
your
and woman knows
partner.
where to look for
Yeah.
it. And the only place it exists, in themselves.
She has such a nice profile. I like the little.
Young people grow stronger and more adult, not by looking for their happiness in the bewildering world around them,
Aw, they're in love.
or by running away from their problems to a dream world of romance.
Like a dubbed-in kiss, or am I
If they are old enough to marry, they should be adult enough to face the responsibility of making that marriage work. Each one, equally. That's what Chad and Phyllis, Frank and Kathy, and so many young couples all over the world are doing. And what they'll be doing tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
How else can grown-ups find the sense of satisfaction, the dignity, the grace,
Okay.
the inner happiness of a full life?
They're like, being mature in your marriage is pretty cool. It's graceful and elegant.
Honestly, this one's pretty good so
Good
far.
night, baby beam.
Good night, baby beam.
No Frogs or Jenner says, I didn't know this was gonna be a kissing stream.
Yeah, yucky.
Quick, chicken for woo.
Marriage is still a goal for moderns.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, no. You gotta give to your partner.
That one
yeah.
got dangerously close to not being good.
Yeah, it was like.
Well, no, but the fact that they had to say those things, being like, "That's not it, guys." That's the concerning part.
Yeah. Okay. I believe what a housewife must know is the next one.
housekeeping still remains.
This one I'm gonna let you know. It's from 1934.
Ooh.
So it has the worst audio quality of them all, and I apologize.
It's kind of, that's the thing, that is close to 100 years ago.
Oh.
Like, it's not quite, it's like 90-something. No, it's
9 years.
It's 91, right?
Yeah.
This is close to 100 years ago.
That's actually super neat. Yeah, so this is from 1934. This one could get bad.
Most important business of the world. It engages the hearts and minds of more people and calls for higher qualities than any other occupation.
Oh, yeah.
Each woman faces it single-handed.
Well,
She must know how to cook, know food.
She faces it single-handed. No.
There's a husband help you
Yeah,
out
we
just
just watched the movie. There's no bosses.
No slack.
Yeah.
I do like that they were like, oh yeah, this is like a really important job.
Yeah.
That's very nice. I like that.
She must know how to set her table attractively.
And we lost it. They were being nice. She must be hot. She must be fine as hell.
Says every mother was single back then.
Yeah.
Wait, add that to the
what
list.
says, dang, it's that old? That's super cool. Unlike my wife's coffee.
Set the table
Attractively is what they said.
attractively. I can't spell tonight.
like, I'm sure they mean the table should be attractive.
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought you're saying she has to look attractive while setting the table.
She's making the table attractive, not necessarily in like a
Oh,
I was saying
hot single play doctors in your area says sensually drops a candlestick.
She must know how to make her home comfortable and inviting.
See, now pause this. The millennial moms don't know how to do this.
No, that's exactly what the millennial moms do, though. Off-center creepy mirror with, like, white flowers.
And that bowl with the balls.
Perfectly gray wall. Millennials, we love you. You're great.
My mom has bowl with balls.
Yeah, where there's just like various balls of different colors.
Says, that's one sexy table. Ooh.
She must know the worth of labor.
Sewing machine on it.
Oh my gosh, Matty.
Is it
we eat
hot
on the couch though, in front of the TV.
You're gonna lose your man, Matty.
Is the couch hot at least?
Man, I am just getting so horny for that table over there.
Don't talk about my table like that. It's a nice table.
Saving device and how best to conserve her time and energy. She must know clothes, how to buy, and how to make them.
Is that a different mirror?
She must face death to bring children into the world. She must raise them, care for them,
but women can do other
and pilot them safely to the threshold
All
of...
women born after 1934 is be a table slut. Make the mirror pretty. I'd like to apologize to everyone in the world. The great thing about the stream as it is right now is we don't have the little wiggles where we identify who said what, but the problem is me and Jonah both said table slut.
I know!
So, there's really no winning.
I knew exactly where your brain was going, though.
My thing with, like, what they're saying is, like, as a kid, I was told that, like, that was what you're supposed to do, right? And, like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, some people are definitely allowed to do that, and they shouldn't be talked down to for wanting to be a mom. And, like, I never realized that, like, that was all that was expected of you. And so I never got the sexism.
Mari says, women don't even face death these days.
After I said table slut, the chat just stopped and no one has said anything.
I hope we're not, no,
we're live.
We're still going.
Manhood and womanhood. To her husband, she must be a companion, a sweetheart, a wife, and a mother.
Well, what does the dad have to
do? Companion.
It's not typing. You're not typing.
Gosh dang.
A companion.
sweetheart. What else was there?
Companion, a sweetheart, a mother, and a wife.
I'm doing what's this hashtag Jonah is over party. Yeah, blame him. Blame Jonah. It was all Jonah. Micah said nothing.
We said it in
pretty
universe.
And graceful and embrace death.
Bookish Quasar says she must be a mother to her husband.
Yeah.
Sage the healer, good night.
Good night, Sage the healer. Like, you can do other things. That is allowed.
Special Vibe says Jonah over here with the awful coffee.
Please, I only drink Dr. Pepper.
Y'all have been very funny tonight.
Yeah.
His ambition, pull him through failure, and keep success from hurting him.
What? Keep success from hurting him?
What?
What is it?
Hashtag Micah and Jonah in our own party. Bunch of adventures and thank you.
Micah 2025.
Okay, we got a ukulele. Mike, we've got to sing this one in unison.
Hi, Miss Jensen.
I'm so sorry to women at tables.
You guys sound like those Australian twins that say they have to say women, but they don't because they're really bad at it.
So good. Women are good too. Women at tables, women love you.
That was better than those Australian twins that are pretending to not be able to speak unless they're speaking at the same time.
For half of summer.
Yeah.
That's our apology.
Wait. Add to the list. Keep him from success. Protect him from success.
Bye, Skooky Cat. Enjoy eating dinner.
Bye,
I think he says, what did I just walk in on? From the heart apology.
To women and tables.
Bunch of adventures and thank you for the super
Discussion for another time.
Alright.
So what is the man supposed to be doing?
She must make social contact.
She must make social context. What does that mean?
She must. Oh, is it contacts or context?
I think it's contacts. Like, you make friends.
Like contacts.
You make friends to bring to the husband so
Okay,
that he doesn't have to work. I mean, that's what I've been doing.
Okay, well, this is because I already have a friend. I don't need more.
You know what worked out so well for us? Your best friend is you married someone who's now one of my best friends.
Yeah. Hey, I'm out here making all the social contacts. Hey.
Well, I'm doing this. This is pretty social contactable.
She must widen her own horizon. And
Okay.
Well, no, let them finish that, because I'm sure it's going to be like, well, so her fella can...
find time for culture.
Yeah, for herself.
For culture.
To learn. Wait, pause. Wait.
Housekeeping still remains.
Pause. Go back 10 seconds.
Yeah, your video
did that
player is
say?
kind of
I think that was the end of it.
Ow.
Oh.
Fairly Fatal says Jonah is such a god wife.
Maddie.
None of us count as real people.
That's so real.
That is so true.
What do you mean?
Well, here's what you have to understand.
Are you all in my head?
All 98 people in chat right now are
97.
me.
95.
97.
Oops.
We're losing them.
They're dropping like flies.
We gotta get back to the women. Which one's next, Maddie?
I'm
the
thinking
50...
the 50s mid-century housewife thing. That one. Let's do
Here,
that one.
wait,
That's the last one I planned. And then I don't know what the cooking terms is, but I don't think it's gonna be that great. And that one's like 10 minutes. So click.
I mean, I have something we could pull up.
No, I planned this. There was something funny that made me intrigued into clicking.
No,
on
I'm
this.
saying after this one.
Yeah, if we have time.
Yeah.
Advertisements. Tomato juice, 25 cents.
Every Friday night, Julia's job is to compare the grocery prices of our neighborhood stores for Saturday morning shopping.
Sure.
When that matter's settled, I figure maybe I can get in a little reading before it's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
Daddy.
So he's like, yeah, once she figures out where we're shopping, I can finally read and go to bed?
Pink Flame says, IDK Mushroom says there's only one person in chat, so y'all are fake. And also everyone's just saying, hi, I'm Micah, which is so funny because that's something I say.
Yeah, dude,
He said it so much that you have a shirt that says, hi, I'm Micah.
My father made me a shirt at one point that says, hi, I'm Micah.
Mr. Father's so cool.
But, like, just while talking, hi, I'm Micah.
Yeah.
After the radio's turned down a little.
All the women better be quiet. All the ladies in the house better yap down.
Quiet down so that man can read his book before bed.
And now it's my time to relax. Just
You didn't
to
do
wind up
anything!
Come on! Yeah, dude! You opened a page of your book and made the kid turn the radio down!
I remember what it says, if you ever sell merch, make that a shirt. I would lose
The Hi,
my
I'm Micah
fucking
shirts?
shit. I don't think that...
I'm being a good woman and keeping my
Oh!
voice down.
That joke didn't play to the stream!
Maddie's
just been silently...
Thank you so much for the super chat. I will never stop yapping.
Typical work day in my life.
Jerk.
Today is Saturday, my work at home
Take
day.
out the trash.
There's always a million
Get
and
in
one
that
things to be
trash
done
can
around
where
the
you
house.
belong.
I get things started while Julia's out doing the shopping. There are 5 big neighborhood markets with...
Okay, no, but he's cleaning the house while she
Yeah.
runs to the store. That's not terrible.
Yeah.
He took the trash out.
I mean, we literally did that a few days ago.
in a couple of blocks of
You
our
said
house.
to get fettuccine cheese.
Okay, well that was it
And
was
I
a
spent
mistake.
so long looking for fettuccine cheese.
feta cheese, not fettuccine. Feta cheese and fettuccine are very close.
See, and then
I
called
misread
it.
the recipe. Look, I'm not a very good wife. That's why we're watching these, Matty.
I'm so glad because you're like, oh, you could go ask someone, and I found a guy, and then someone else tapped him on the shoulder, and they walked away, and I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna ask. I just can't find it, and I'm so glad I didn't ask because when we got home, I was like, yeah. They didn't have it. I asked and everything.
No, not fetish cheese.
Says I would buy a Hi, I'm Micah shirt. It would make no sense to anybody in my life, and I'm so here for that. I bought YouTuber merch years ago.
Guys, stop saying fetish cheese.
That says ban
feta.
crabs, and then I had to keep explaining to people why I was wearing a shirt that said ban crabs, and I don't plan to explain it here. And if you know that reference, then you know it.
Doug?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Julia
This was
spread the
years
shopping
ago.
around, going where the prices are lowest and the quality best.
Yeah.
With 6 mouths to feed, food is a big item in our
6
budget,
mouths?
and we have to make sure we get the most
There's
for our
only
money.
4 people in that room.
Special
Every
wife says
Saturday
everyone
morning-
will be a good wife at the end of this stream.
Ooh, did anyone... Okay, so fun fact about grocery carts, when they were first invented, nobody wanted to use them, so the person who invented them hired a bunch of people to use them, in stores, to make other people use them.
Like Reddit, how they made a bunch of fake bot accounts on Reddit to boost up the numbers when they first created it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyways.
Julia buys stuff.
Area Phoenix says, but we haven't learned how to fix the coffee yet.
Well, no,
We're at the
you
grocery
get
store.
You get Wilkins.
Wilkins.
Yeah, that's how you get better coffee.
For the entire week, so she takes her time and sees that everything she gets is fresh and good.
Everyone's just saying fetish cheese.
Stop!
The vegetables and fruits she buys from one store, her meat from another.
Oh,
We're all
this is-
big meat eaters in our family.
Yeah.
Even little Jackie.
We're all big meat eaters in our family. Write that down.
Yeah, I laughed and I went, yep, we're putting this one on the playlist for tonight. Man, I really want a Dr. Pepper so bad.
That means she has to make sure there's plenty to go around.
I wish I could get meat like that.
Also on Saturday mornings, I usually take an hour or so to go over the accounts and bills,
Obviously.
figuring out ways to double stretch that.
shirt.
Well, that way his wife doesn't have to know anything about the money.
I mean, they
You know
have
what?
6
He's
mouths
doing
to
things.
feed.
We stand a guy who does.
Things in, frankly, one of the greatest shirts I've ever seen.
Okay, I will be respectful. Fizzy Studio says, just got here what is happening? Webtoon.
You'll get into it, yeah.
Check of mine to pay them.
We
Upkeep
say,
on the house,
We're probably not going to be live in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
and car, electricity, gas, and all the rest.
Is this the part where he's gonna tell us about how much money he makes and I'm gonna lose my shit?
As I started to unfold my check, all of a sudden I had an odd feeling about the date on it.
All of that
Miss
stuff.
Disney Studios, thank you for the super chat for a can of Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, should I eat it? Should I drink it right now?
Matty, it is.
We're going to bed soon. You can't do that. I mean, you can.
Thank you, Fizzy Disney.
Tomorrow.
First thing, 6 a.m.
Okay.
Exactly 13 years ago this week that I first went to work at the plant.
That's almost...
At the plant?
13
Yes.
years.
I've had my period.
A lot of things
for
have happened to
10
me
years.
since that first week. It was that big day when I joined our Auto Workers Union, the UAW, United Auto Workers.
Yeah.
And
Remember
not
when
long after
being
that, when the
in a
fellows
union was something that people told other people to be part of,
Yeah.
and now we have no
When unions worked, yeah.
My department elected me shop steward.
And be so
If the workers in our department had any
I'm learning
grievances or
nothing about how to
complaints,
be a wife.
Yeah.
Well, this one I figured it was like how to be, because like the last one was like.
I'm not opposed to it, but I
The
feel like
last-
I'm not wifing.
Well, no, the last one was like the reason I like this one is because it showed men perspective. And, yeah.
So this one doesn't apply to me.
they brought him to me, and I'd take him up with the foreman.
Yeah, it applies to me because I'm the
The
breadwinner.
foreman felt he couldn't make a fair
How
decision.
do I
or
start a union?
Yeah, you gotta get the YouTubers union.
We're a union just by saying so.
And the world will know. Could you?
Candy the puppy says now they fire you for joining a union. Yeah, that's what I mean when I say unions don't work
union
anymore.
busting videos are crazy.
Yeah. You should put together a bloopers video of the puppets, because every time we say that, that's something we did with the puppets.
Yeah, there's a lot of footage of. I'd have to pixelate
Of
because
us saying
all the
horrifying things with puppets.
all the bloopers of the puppets, you are very much in frame.
Yeah.
So I'd have to pixelate you.
Pixelate us.
Settle the grievance, we went to a higher representative of management.
Yeah.
And we talked. And we talked.
Agreements. Disagreements.
And we
And we
talked.
got fired. This was his first day on the job?
And we're going to the sex room.
Uh-oh.
Special committee meetings were held to discuss the personal problems and troubles that come up among
that
workers or
attractive
between
table, you
management
think?
and workers.
No. There's
The main
not a
thing
woman
is
in
for
the
the
room
union
to
and
make it
management to get
attractive.
together
Well, it's just like
and settle
pencils.
things fair and
Yeah.
square for everybody.
Imagine talking to your boss about issues you have, and they sit down and listen to you.
Yeah.
Even if they don't fucking fix it, just imagine them being like, oh yeah, come to my office, we'll listen.
Fairy Fatale says, just check back in. Sex room?
Apparently. Yeah, like they're taking
Usually,
notes.
we could settle matters quickly. And we all think that's best for everybody concerned.
Yeah, now if you have like a bad coworker, it's just like you're screwed.
Yeah,
The
that's
union
like
was
the
a big thing in my
big
life.
reason I
Still
quit
is.
my bank job is I had
Yeah.
one coworker who was higher up than me and just decided to bully me for whatever reason.
Hot single plague doctor in your area says, not one guy creepily fondling the table.
SMA.
But yeah, it was just like this one 40-year-old woman who was like talking shit about everyone behind everyone's back to everyone, and she was like the upper in
manager,
charge.
yeah.
Yeah, she was in charge, and then oh my gosh, it started. The main
Special Vibe says, I need a sexy table and a man to pin another man on it.
That'll make the table
I
attractive.
took an interest in helping to set up recreational classes for the youngsters of our members. I figured that someday mine would be here, learning to dance and enjoying it like
Oh,
these
there's
children.
his other two kids.
Ooh, chat does not
I remembered
think that was an
that
attractive
day
table.
when Julie...
No, yeah, I just had pencils. And
Well, we're close. Ooh, it's neck and neck.
I guess it was kind of tall, dark, and handsome.
It was kind of shiny.
No, but just because you're tall and dark does not make you attractive. You have to wear a nice fit. And that did not have a nice
Alright,
fit on
chat,
it.
get your votes in.
Julia and I made up our minds we were through paying money to landlords.
Nah. Oh. Yeah, no. Not a
No,
sexy table.
yeah.
No, yeah, it's 50-50.
No, 50-50!
Oh my gosh.
We gotta do another. We gotta.
Well, no, let's ask, is this table attractive?
Yeah,
Because
ooh.
she's dressed this one.
This one's more attractive than the other one.
This table attractive.
Fairly Fatale says oiled up table.
Yeah, that's very funny. Kinda.
It's kinda attractive.
Yeah, it's kind of middling.
It's middling, but it's better than the other one.
All right, chat, you can vote now.
Kinda.
Yeah, I would agree that it's kinda.
Yeah.
Chinchilla says, I don't know, it seems kind of wooden. Chat fucks with this table a little more.
And we were going to build our own home.
Oh, what?
Why is every single one of these couples doing zoning? What is the deal with zoning? I mean, I guess we've never been able to afford to build a structure, so of course we can't do zoning.
All right, chat, I'm
Well, we
ending
can
the vote
afford a
in
cardboard
5,
box.
4, 3, 2, 1. The table's sexy! No frogs are
Easier said
all
than
about
done.
the zoning.
We had to scrimp and save every penny
Zoning
to
is
get
a
the money
marriage
needed for
activity. That's a special
for
vibe.
down payment on a new home. One day, our bank deposit book showed that the money was finally saved.
Oh, good for you guys.
Is he tucking his tie into his pants?
No, he was grabbing something from his
took-
pocket.
No, but like
the,
it was
the
tucked.
tie tucked in the front. That at different times has
Wait,
been
are they
in and
about
out of
to
fashion.
say how much money it costs?
Punchy McPunchy, thank you for this. At least they are talking about mines, Jonah. Possibly
That's
minors.
so true.
Mines?
Mine's like from the webtoons.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
Thank you, Punchy.
This money
No,
got
Frank
our
Jenner says, when I built the extension on our house, my dad told me to leave a bottle of scotch out for the inspector to get our zoning.
Did it work?
Well, I mean, clearly, because if memory serves,
We
that's
did
not
get
on
that
this house,
note.
but yeah. Fuck.
That's so funny.
That's nuts. Well, I don't know if he did it.
It was a Federal Housing Administration loan, and we were on our way.
It took $40 to
Yeah,
save
that was
up.
$40.
Whoa!
10 grand?
Do you own a lot? This gas air cond home.
Well, you have to
only...
own the lot on top of that.
Okay,
But I don't think you could build that structure for $10,000 today.
$10,000?
That is
No,
crazy.
no, wait, a $40 down payment,
Yeah.
$10,000, and then just like a plot of, I'm losing my shit. $10,000?
No wonder they were all zoning. They were probably building a new house every other weekend.
Yeah, no, I'd be zoning right now.
Yeah.
$10,000. Is that the house from Good Luck Charlie on the top?
I don't think so.
No.
It kind of looks like it though. No,
It's just an
but it's
average
black and
generic
white
house.
from the 1950s.
it looks like it.
I'm
In
gonna
1940, our new home was finished, and we were ready to move in.
I'm gonna kick something. Wait, is this still a flashback?
This
I'm
is
so
the 40s.
unclear.
He said in 1940 our house was finished.
Okay, so this still is the flashback. That's... They look so upset about
No
it.
frogs, no gender says my grandparents built their house for $3,000 back in the 40s. I'm fuming.
Literally, since we've gotten married, I've been desperately trying to save money for a down payment.
Yeah.
And like,
Special Vibe says, I want a house. I should have invested when I was 1.
You're so right.
Then we had the job of getting acquainted with our new
flowers on
neighborhood,
that. That's so pretty.
meeting our neighbors, making friends with the people we'd be living close to, probably for the rest of our
Frog
lives.
says, this is such a crazy webtoon. Imagine affordable housing.
Oh my gosh.
All of Julia's time and that of our children, and most of mine too, would be spent in this house of ours, on this street, living among and with
Look at
these
her
people.
profile. I love it. Dude.
Oh. Sudden vibe change.
I got an inkling of the kind of neighbors we had the first time I tried to mow the lawn with that ancient broken down lawnmower of mine.
Disgraceful.
The people next door, across the road, down the street, turned out to be friendly and helpful.
Friendly and helpful?
He just walked away.
Wow. He's gonna come back with a
The
lot.
fact is, we weren't strangers very long.
Aww.
Those neighbors of ours, working people like myself,
so kind.
made us feel at home right off.
It's nice to be kind. Wow, that car was sexy.
It's nice to be kind. Matty bites.
Helena McNeil says, I put 10K into an inflation calculator for 1940, and it came back as $230,000.
So still cheap!
$230,071.22.
That's, in the area we live, that's still so,
Yeah,
that's like
that's still
half.
an insane.
Special Vibe says, Micah, can we get a poll to see if the lawnmower is sexy?
The
The lawnmower sexy?
The new one or the old one? I
Yeah.
kind of
The
like
new
the
one.
new one.
No.
Then yes.
Yes.
But no, Micah.
No. See, now it's fair.
Well.
Oh no, we might not get a fair result on this sexy lawnmower quiz.
Disney Studios, it's nice to be kind. Man, that car was sexy. Matty Bites 2025.
The lawnmower,
Yes.
45% is to yes, 21% is to no, 24% is to yes, 9% is to no.
So yes, it is.
It wasn't long before we were
Do
getting
you think
together
they're
for
going to
Saturday
play
night card
bridge?
parties.
I don't know what bridge is, but in the 50s they always played in like
It's
every
what
episode.
the mom and Phineas and Ferb
A young
always
married
do,
couple.
right?
He's always
Across the
playing
street
bridge,
came over.
yeah.
And another couple who lived 2 houses down.
I'm not going out and finding friends to play bridge with for any of us.
We found it a
Yeah,
swell
me
way
either.
to spend an evening. As a matter of
Picture
fact,
says,
we still do.
playing blackjack for keeps. Winner gets the house.
Well, yeah, because they could just
now
build
he's done.
another one.
Now he's done with the flashback.
Neither Julia nor I've ever missed voting in any election.
Okay.
1949?
Ward District 188. Ward 21
They're
District
voting for
188.
mayor, city clerk, city treasurer, councilman, and constables. Thomas D. Ledbetter. They're voting for
Ledbetter.
Thomas D. Ledbetter.
He wants better lead in the children's toys.
None of that cheap, dirty lead.
And we seldom miss church
From
on Sunday
Russia.
mornings.
Oh, you can't buy it from Russia.
The new home,
'Cause it's
the
communism,
friendly
that's
neighbors,
why.
everything was fine.
Uh-oh.
Except that Jeannie ran into a little trouble at school.
Jeannie, is this a prequel?
One night I came home and found...
Jeannie, this is about Jeannie
Oh
when
my
she was a
gosh.
kid. In the
Man, her
50s.
dad got way creepier.
Yeah, he really skeeved up. And then he had to leave the Matty Bites
her
Discord. No
crying,
creeps.
and Julia was plenty upset. Jeannie had a note from her teacher that she'd have to do better in arithmetic.
Wait a second, that might be the same woman.
I don't think so.
I don't know, it's black and white and
Take
solo
her, be
res
put in a
pretty
lower
face
grade.
blind.
I've never cried
I
over
believe I felt
grades.
even worse about things than Jeannie
That's
did.
only for pussies.
I thought maybe I could help her with her problems.
I'm
On
sorry.
my
No,
job, I
Matty, you
used
were in an
blueprints,
Arizona
dealt
school
with
where the
figures and
questions
numbers all
were,
the time.
how many
But
grapes
it's
are
been a
on the
good while
paper?
back
And
since
then it
I
was a picture
tackled
of
high
3
school
grapes.
Well, I mean,
I figured
thought
the
that
best thing to
everyone
do
had
was for
stuff
Julia
like
to go down and have a talk with Jeannie's
In
teacher.
what grade?
Oh,
One
no.
afternoon, she went
In
to
what
school.
grade?
like second grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still,
Jimmy Puncherson, your dad had a toy melt
And poured lead mold?
into make.
Oh yeah, I've seen videos of that where you like melt
had a
lead
toy
and you
melt
pour
to
it
pour
into
lead to pour
to
the
make
thing.
little figurines out of lead. Yeah, it's horrifying.
That's actually badass. That's so cool.
In fairness, you could probably do it with, like,
Pewter.
gallium?
Gallium. No, I think gallium makes gases.
I feel like if I was
Like
to
bad
like
smelling
walk
gases.
into your house, Punchy, there'd be so many things for me to look at and play with, and I would want to just stay. Hallways. Classrooms. What
Right
did
from
that
the
say on
start,
wall?
Jeannie's teacher and Julia got along okay. Julia
Lieutenant
talked
Ernest
about her
Frog
own
says pewter has
schooling
lead in it.
and mine. Now we wanted our children to get even more
I
educated.
barely know her.
Fun
couple of
fact,
weeks-
I used to work at a bank, and something they did.
Puncher Puncherson says, bet.
I don't meet people online. Actually, I met you online. So I don't know, maybe. No, but the place I used to work at, what they did in the 1950s is they didn't have a safe. and they opened in a house. And so every night when they went to close up shop, they would put all of their money in a bathtub and put asbestos all over it so no one would want to steal it. So don't put money in your mouths.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
Later that we got the good news. Jeannie was going right ahead with her class. No, those years weren't all smooth sailing by any
Go to
means.
sleep. You're okay. You have tests tomorrow, remember?
Go to sleep.
Jeannie's upset about her grades.
You don't want to be
Do you want to be
Jeannie.
upset like Jeannie?
Yeah.
I've had my share
Go
of
and
the
dream
breaks,
of her.
good and bad. All our machines have safety devices, but there was a time I got a little careless and had that accident.
Ooh.
I was just about to say he was way
He lost
too
his
close.
finger in the factory.
Oh my goodness.
One of the fellows rushed me over to the plant infirmary.
They got an on-site infirmary?
Man, I want to go work in a factory.
When I cut myself on the job, they were like, yeah, I guess you can, like, leave for the day and go get stitches.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Didn't I have to come pick you up?
Yeah, because I was bleeding through my hand so much.
You don't like blood. You fainted. That
Well-
was so crazy. I've never seen anyone faint IRL before.
Yeah, because they were sewing me up with a needle.
Except for when I fainted IRL.
Well, and
I was gonna say, you got so mad at the movie Cruella that you fainted.
Yeah, I was I bled a lot. I had lost
Maddie
blood.
went to buy a copy of Star Fox off Facebook Marketplace, started talking to the guy she was buying Star Fox from, and got so uproariously angry at the movie Cruella that she full-on fainted.
I fainted, hit my head on concrete, and he went, "Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, do I need to call 911?" And I shot up and went, "No, don't. I can't afford an ambulance." And it's really funny but really sad because this is America.
My hand could have been badly smashed.
But I didn't see
Luckily, it
faint.
wasn't.
I just fainted. I
On
never
top
saw
of that, I
someone
got quick
else
medical
faint.
attention and the best.
There's nothing wrong with
It was
this
one
hand.
experience that made me glad I was covered by workman's compensation and company insurance. It meant that no matter what the doc's verdict, Julia and the youngsters wouldn't have to worry about my being off the job.
He didn't
in a
even
third world
clean
country and get children to work there.
Man, that guy looked so familiar.
The
He
X-rays
looks like
showed
Ralph
several small
Macchio.
bones were broken, and I was laid up for a couple of
doctor?
weeks.
No, him. They did like a zoom
Neither
up
one
his
of them
face.
look like Ralph Macchio.
Are you sure? That man looks like, look at Ralph Macchio.
Are you?
Ralph Macchio's the guy, the Karate Kid guy.
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
Yeah. Now make him black and white.
Wait, how are you?
I'm not seeing it.
In the sense that they're both, like, dudes.
I see it.
They're both middle-aged dudes.
Alright, nope, here's the nice thing.
Yeah, alright, chat.
Does he look
Does
like Ralph
he look
Macchio?
like Ralph?
Does this guy look like Ralph Macchio?
Is it Macchio?
Macchio.
Yeah. Nah.
I think
No
he
frogs, no
does.
genders. I mean, they're both Italian looking, only like vaguely.
Is Ralph Macchio Italian? Macchio. Okay. Got
I
it.
was gonna say, I don't know, but I...
Oh, 50-50.
50-50.
Uh-oh. No. No. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. 52%.
Okay, chat, look with your eyes and tell me you look at that man and see Ralph Macchio.
Ralph Macchio.
And then remember
in
it's
the
Maddie's
flesh.
channel and be nice to Maddie. Alright, he canonically looks
But
like
the
Ralph
past with all
Macchio.
its
Yes,
experiences
sweep the
wiped
leg, no
itself
gender,
out
no
when
frog
Joan
says.
came
Oh, wait,
running
wait,
into the
pause,
house
pause,
to tell
pause.
me her mother wanted me to come outside.
This can't keep happening!
The pull isn't useful if you guys keep tying.
And help carry in the
Who is
groceries.
Ralph? Well, hello, hamburger. Ralph Macchio was in
He's the
one of the
Karate
greatest movies ever.
The Karate Kid 3.
The Karate
The
Kid
Outsider.
3 is a fucking banger.
I love the third Karate Kid.
I like the
was right
second one
back
where
in
that
the
guy's
present
sitting in
again.
that sink.
No, that's the third one.
That's the third
Where
one.
he's sitting in that giant sink.
Talking
No,
about how much he loves pouring
That's
nuclear
toxic
Mr.
waste
into
in-
Vietnam.
No, that's the third one.
No, the one where they go to Okinawa is the second one.
Yeah.
The third one you may not have seen, and if you have seen, you may
No
not remember the
way.
plot because it's fucking crazy.
I swear it was the second one.
The second one they go to Okinawa, and the third one is where they open up the bonsai store, and
Yeah, the third
evil
Karate
guy
Kid
is dumping toxic waste.
Is mostly Mr. Miyagi and Daniel-san
Daniel-san.
Opening this bonsai tree shop,
okay,
and then the
Banshee.
bad guy keeps sending like karate goons to mess them up,
It's
and like
really
that's
funny.
the whole movie. Like he just keeps sending karate goons to like beat him up.
Karate goons. Oh, goon has a bad meaning now.
No, I refuse to do it. Say it that way.
Bills, yes. 6 mouths to feed. Worries and troubles and problems, good
Ooh,
times
look at that
and
kitchen.
bad times. The years have been full of them.
Wait, those other ones weren't his kids.
But there's something.
Oh my
Well,
god.
no, he said there's 6 kids. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
He said 6 mouths. 1,
5,
2,
6.
3, 4,
Damn
5,
it!
6.
Who were those boys? Who were they?
You're just like,
Why was he telling them to go
"Hey,
dance?
Pull up the rules! Pull up the rules!
Wait, what about them?
Marriage is for
Marriage
grown-ups!
is for grown-ups! It's in the rules!
Joe Frost, no gender says they're the kids from his other wife.
Oh, right.
Things that make it all worthwhile and more.
I love kids.
Changing the
Look, they're
details a little,
cute.
the way I live might
Their
be the
goofy
way of
little
any one
matching
of us
hats
at the
are
factory.
fun.
Doing our best to make a decent life for ourselves.
Aww.
And trying maybe to make it even a little better for
Shut
our
up.
children.
And you know this kid is like, this is
So happy.
he's like, this is the best job in the world.
That's how they
I'm
paid. That's
showing
how they
up,
paid that
and
kid.
they're giving me chocolate.
I love kids. They're so nice.
Well,
I think that's it for me for tonight.
pull up the rules, and I think
Right.
I'll play us out, and Michael will sing us a song about the rules.
that works for me. We're probably wrapping
Should we
up.
post
Sorry to
these
the person I
rules?
saw who just showed up. You can go and watch the 2 parts of this stream because, as always, the stream failed. Today we've learned a lot of things about how to be a woman. Here's a little something that I learned. You gotta leave your gloves everywhere and send your daughter to get them. If you wanna menstruate, you gotta steal, and you gotta sit and stand so your organs will heal. Swimming will get you sick. Don't swim at all. Later that advice will change. Take good care of your hair and nails well. On your period, swim I fucking guess. Do sit-ups and curls. Marriage is for grown-ups. Plan and own a house. Give up your career for marriage. Set the table, oh so hot. Companion, sweetheart, mother, wife, and most of all, protect